What up, everybody? Good Monday morning to you. How does it do for everyone? Sorry about this video. I definitely apologize that I didn't get the actual plays because these were really good ones, and this would have been a really cool video. Um, and I did most of them on my phone, and I did a couple of them on the computer, but I wasn't able to get to start recording. It was phone call after phone call, and I was a little late getting up because my back was hurting. So I did my first couple plays actually in bed on the phone to start today. But let's do a little recap of what's going on in the markets and such. We have new Fed chair, uh, and he is much more focused on a strong dollar, and also looking at things like Bitcoin as a way to balance and be deflationary. He's really trying to. That's his kind of his gear and his focus of what he's talked about. But he hasn't had enough of like an official press conference or implemented any kind of policies. And then he's also different than Powell, so markets sell off in order to kind of dictate or guess where he's going and what is his stance and his uh, overall picture. So silver is going way down because a stronger dollar means that silver and gold is going to go down. And you also have the profit taking effect where it finally kind of hit this rounded top, big sell off, came back up, and as soon as it failed this time, this secondary sell off is magnified because all the people who missed this top are for sure taking this top. And so then this magnifies, and this is just the algorithmic buying back at this low, trying to hold it, and that's why we have such a huge sell-off going on silver. Um, and as silver is changing, crypto is changing. We could see these guys are all bouncing now. They were all down. These all had a wild weekend. If you look at these, let's go to the 45-minute candle on this. You can see those are some old lines. We probably don't care about those, so we can just delete these ones because that was just kind of, you see my plot dots were very in there, just kind of trying to find the top of where we were at. I was fanning back in into last year. But I have this little kind of trend line that established on this low, and where it rounded and reversed is kind of what I dug up on that, and it lined up well with where we're at here. So I kind of left it, and that's where I'm playing this as kind of a support line as a bounce. Need it to determine its upline, but so Ethereum, Bitcoin, looking to come back up to that 80,000 level would be a good indicator. Solana, uh, also similar to Bitcoin's, trying to stay above the 100 level. That 106, 110, kind of getting up into this level will be the growth. So this one they really got to get over 112. XRP, similar kind of pattern around this support line. And then TXC itself is very unique. This is where the benefit of being a under the radar play that isn't affected by the macro quite as bad. Now, of course, in negative hits everybody. But TXC has actually got enough positive going on right now that it's actually kind of bucking the trend and staying very positive. And we have strong momentum building, and we're maintaining this kind of upward trend to kind of hang out in this 93 cent to dollar range. It's a little bit under. We could probably we'll go back down and we'll wick right here as that one, and we're gonna just kind of say that we got 86 cents as a pretty good support right now, and this is kind of an important line. We're gonna actually do it this way. We're gonna do that one. We're gonna do these both as the dark blue because of this level and this level. So this is going to be kind of the channel that the price should be in for a while. And then this is just kind of this little midline. It's around where we're at right now. It needs to get over $1, and that's where that level is. But they're kind of bucking the trend. The community of TXC came in and got very active, which is what was missing for the project. No activity meant that it was sold off very easily, and struggled. But we'll get on that in another video, and I've done a couple other videos already on it. But this video, I want to get into how the morning played out on my options trading. If you guys are following this series, what I'm doing is I day trade my options. I started with $335 back in December 22nd. Around January 1st, I added like $120. So that puts me up in that 450, 460 range is what this account started with. And over the last month, I got $5,700 in profit, where I've gone and I've bought TXC. I've moved it around, I've traded it, I've messed with some bots. I'm doing a couple different bot experiments right now because I'm also doing a Friday payday series where I'm hosting Zoom calls and teaching people in the TXC community how to trade the market, and what to look for in the market. So that's really cool and has been exciting. But so I made, like I said, I made my first play on the market. We're playing QQQ for my day trades. This is the NASDAQ top 100 stocks. And what we've been doing is basically an orb strategy. Slightly modified, but for the most part, it's just the orb strategy. But let's come over and we're going to say that here we are in the open. We're going to zoom in. I can do the replays. I know it's already happened. But this candle right here was our first 15 minutes of market open. And we set the purple line at the high and the purple line at the low. And once that's established, we jump down into the smaller time frame. And you can see that this candle closed above it, creating a bullish pattern. This one at this time, right here, is where I ended up taking a 650. Let me see, what time did I actually take it? Let's go to account. History. I want to make sure I show you guys where I jumped in. You can see I did a couple back and forth, moving my USDC around to do TXC. This guy. This is the first one that I did. I technically didn't open them until 7 because I was watching Bloomberg. Since I wasn't on the computer, I was doing it on my phone. I didn't want to rush into it. Like I said, I was kind of laying around doing some other stuff, phone calls and Telegram, answering some questions, and so I wasn't able to watch the chart, which is where I missed this move. But I kind of tuned in, and we were about this move coming down. And when we had the hard bounce here, and this one became green, at this part is where I got in and I got my call. I rode the call up to this level. At the 625 mark, I got 22% profit and sold that. It ran up a little bit more, and I was like, dang, I could have had quite a bit more. I left quite a bit of profit on the table on that one, but I only had one, and I got my 22%. And I had on this one, I actually gave myself till tomorrow. I should have let this one ran, but 285 to 350. Then I was watching it, and I saw. And that was filled within 1 minute. That filled within a minute. So that was cool. Made $65 profit in 1 minute. Then I said, okay, now I want to get into the put side. I think this is going to come back and test a little bit because there is strong negative sentiment in the market. And once this tops, I want to kind of catch the downside. And this hit here, and when this candle started, it went up and wicked really hard and then went below. I played the put side, and I was only looking to play for a quick downside, especially if it broke below here is where I was going to hold. If it bounced, I was going to take 10% and leave, but it broke below, so I was able to get a bigger profit. And I think I did 30. What did I do? Oh, I'm on this. So that's where I got these puts. I grabbed 2, and when it first went the opposite way, I still had my conviction, so I bought one at 109, one at 105. My first 2 were at 119, so I had a total of 4 at like 113, I think was my average. And that last one that I bought was at 621, which is around, or 721, sorry, which is in this window. So when this one failed, I let this kind of go up, and we played that downside. And this was in 1 minute from buying that last one, ran to $1.40, and that was about where it reversed. And I immediately at 722 sold those from. I'm gonna say, what did I make? Do the math. We did 238 plus 109 plus 105. 452 is my in, and my out was 560. 560 divided by 432. Made 30% on that one. 29.6. And that was my out. Right there. And then I got into this call. I grabbed 5 at 580 for this call at 735. Come check this one more time. 735 is where I'm in. Right here on this wick. And I just played it straight up. This one I played really fast. 735. This might even 736. Again, a 1 minute play. And I think it was 22. What we got? 750 divided by 580. That was another quick 29%. Then I bought 3 of these guys at 113. After that one, 743, which is in this window. At the top up here, I bought the put as soon as it started breaking down at this level. It was probably closer to right here. Went below my support line that I drew off of. I drew off this peak right here where it rounded. So this is kind of the level that I'm playing right now. Back and forth, above it, below it, above it, below it. And then I used the low. So I kind of established this from the mid-afternoon of Thursday. And I'm playing that level is where I'm playing. So 743, broke below, got the put. I bought 3 of them at 113, sold 3 of them at 140. 140 divided by 113. 24% on that one. And that was it. And that was done. I'm in a cash account, so because I used all my day trades and I'm trying to be safe with it. This strategy, I've done this so many times with this small account, building it up to a decent sized account where I took, $400, turned it into $4,000 or so. And this time is really, it's nice because a lot of times on those ones I've gone for broke, or they're like, oh, this is only $400 and it's 4,000. Watch this. I'm gonna make a super high risk play, and I'm gonna try to turn this 4,000 into 100,000 or something crazy. And that doesn't work, and that's too risky. And a lot of times that's where I've blown up my account in the past because I like messing around with these small accounts because they're fun. Then I have to restart with $400 and challenge myself to build it back up. And so I've done this quite a few times, and I'm at that point now where I'm tired of blowing them up. And TXC's been a really good gift for me, and the fact that it's came all the way back down to under $1. And I'm like, well, this thing is gonna for sure be $3. I have almost zero doubt that this could be $3 in the very near future, because that's about how much mining equipment they have right now currently. And they're still growing, and there's another project. So to me, I'm buying as much as I can under $2 because I see 50% profit as my goal out of this. Now, this is 100% not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an expert by no means, but this is what I see, and this is my opinion. So personally, I like buying down here, and I've been stacking all my profits because I also don't see it going below 50 cents. So unless it's some crazy weird wick, but with the community showing that it wants this thing to succeed, with the phase 3 rolling out with the international coins, the ecosystem is growing. It's given me a lot of confidence in these guys. So I'm stacking my profits every week in TXC. At the end of the week, I will build my profits up, and then I'm going to move a portion of my profits over to TXC, stack them up there. The other thing that I'm doing that's different than what I've done in the past before is once I've gotten to this point of like, $2,000 or so in this account, instead of doing one $2,000 play, I'm breaking it down into 4 different plays. So whatever my buying power is every day, so like tomorrow, I'm gonna have this 2,000. I'll have $2,132 in buying power tomorrow, or 129, because I think some of that is in these guys. These are the cryptos that I have dust in and $3 in USDC. So I break it into 4 plays instead of one. And that's why you see me playing between $300 and $500 on these plays. And that way I'm mitigating my risk to where I'm not at risk of blowing up the entire account if I blow up one play. Because if I blow up one $500 play, I can say, you know what, you're done today. Don't be dumb and quit. You're done for the day or whatever. Or get in. Or what I did last time was after I made a couple losing plays, because you're not going to win every play. You're going to get it wrong plenty of times. So that's where the risk is. And I did get it wrong. I don't remember where it was. This is December. This is when I started. It was like December 22nd. I went down into December, had a good run up, and I had this down around January 14th, where I had to save my account kind of thing, and it did, by adding more funds. But my point is, you're going to lose. You're not going to go straight up. This is a pretty good run right here that I've had. And I really want to continue that, but realistically, like, I'm gonna mess up a play. So by not allocating my full account, I don't want to ever risk my full account and possibly blow it up. So the fact that I have my profits in TXC, which I think is a safe hold, it's going to be at $1 probably for a while, as they're taking TXC at a $1 value exchange to ISK, Iskander coin. So there's no reason that it's not going to go under $1. And luckily for me, as I was adding all of this down here, and then I did a lot of this, was me buying. We ran up, came back down, bought in again with some more, and then we really ran up. We showed out. The TXC community shows that it's definitely valued as project, and it sees it a lot more. I'm trying to sell. I have 500 TXC sitting. I'm trying to sell it in this range because I want to add to my bots. I'm trying to add to the bots and get that circulating to where the coin's not sitting. So if I had some play in the market, I'd probably be looking at trying to play a call on this little breakout attempt right now. But very risky play. But this is touch, 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 touch. This line I think could be a goal. So maybe we will play. We got $50. Let's throw a gamble out here. We're gonna go QQQ. It's gonna be a crazy one, way out of the range. So we're gonna go trade options. This is a big time gamble. We're gonna do tomorrow, just because. I'll just do this one. I got $50. We're gonna throw a little gamble on there. Get crazy. See what it does. Probably should have done today. Let's see. What would I have done if I did today real quick before we end this one? Today's 0 day. I could have done the 629 for today for $50. That would have probably been a little bit better. But we know. Oh, did I not get it? Let's see. Oh yeah, no, I got it. I bought it at 0.42. We're up $1. Dollar make you holla. So just for fun, let's kind of play this around and say, like, this guy, we're playing, and today it's going to run all the way up and test this. It's going to take a little bit, so it's going to get around. It's going to, once it breaks above 620, let's play the bottom. So we're going to play this this little wick point where both of these are real close. 629.12. If this guy gets to, this is one of the nice parts about Robinhood, 629.12. If we get to that point, and I'm going to say buy close today, be a nice little 35% play. So that says 0.57 is what the estimate is. If it gets there quicker, I could see 0.68. So I'm going to start while I'm letting this ride for a little bit in case something crazy happened and it ran up. I'm going to try to sell this at 0.6. Oop, I completely missed 0.6. We'll sell that. Be like a 50% gainer, just under. Set that, let that ride. I'm gonna go do some more crypto stuff and see what's going on in the world of TXC, but I just wanted to give you guys a little recap and apologize that this video did not have me actually making those plays, especially because all of them closed within a minute or two. The one I think took about 10 minutes, but like I said, my back was hurting really bad today, so I didn't get up to the computer. I traded off of my phone today. So there's your recap of what the day trading was today. The building up my profits and taking them to TXC is still in line, and we're still going. Today was a solid 400 already. Now, of course, I'm down, so I might lose that. If that, I won't lose it. It'll still go until tomorrow. But $400 day, I'm just going to call that between 400 and 450. And pretty cool to be able to do that before 8 o'clock on the West Coast time. Market opened at 6:30. I started playing around in 7, so $400 an hour would be a good living if I could do that every hour. But we know that's not true. The market is volatile. This week especially will be very volatile. I will probably do a afternoon breakdown of the market this afternoon. And I will probably specifically first in a couple minutes here do a crypto market breakdown, because the Fed chair is very crypto, he's geared around crypto, and the Clarity Act is a big issue that we got going on that needs to be determined and seeing what's going on there. So if this guy doesn't want to sell, I'm not gonna sell. I have all those just because I want to get some money into my bots. The bots are active. So I'm right around here is where I'm trying to get to. 93, what did I do? 9321. I'm not on the list yet, so if there's a little buy, spike me up, and then I'll put it once it's sold, I'll fill up my bots again, and we'll go from there. This guy might be a loser just for fun though. It's a little $50 gamble to get the dopamine rush. So everybody have a good day. I hope everybody made money today. Be careful trading in the markets this week, and probably the whole month is going to be my guess, between geopolitical tensions around everything, Middle East and Greenland and Europe and China and Russia and everything that's going on and all that. those positions that you hold overnight are going to be very volatile. I would not full port an account being fully allocated overnight on a short dated item. If you are trying to hold overnight, make sure that you have time for it and you're not too far out of the money, because the moves can be violent overnight right now, as we don't know what's going to happen. Somebody can tweet something in the middle of the night and really shake the market. So that's why I've been making sure that I'm out. I wait for the first 15 minutes, and if it's really volatile, I'll wait for the first 30 minutes and play when the market's more established and picking a direction. I don't want to be guessing. I want to be consistent, and I want to know that I'm going to be able to get a quick, 20%. If I could do that all the time, I'm happy. I know a lot of people shoot for more, the 30% or 80%. I know crypto guys looking for 10x's all the time. I'm stacking them. I'm stacking up these wins, building up my TXC portfolio. And if you see me holding, if I can make 5,000 a week, you're gonna see me holding 70,000 TXC if they keep it at $1 really fast, just from the profits of day trading. So something to be something for me to have a goal of. If I could day trade and get, maybe that's the goal this year. Day trading options in my small account, and I want to have 100,000 TXC by the end of the year. That's going to be my super ambitious goal from the day trading. I'm also mining, so that I already have a little bit of a head start that way. But that's the goal. That's where I'm going. I'm going to catch you guys on the next video. I got to get some direction on where I'm going. This market is done. Well, I'm done playing in the market. This is just for fun. If it runs up and hits, cool. If not, I will probably exit out before the market closes at the end of the day. So nothing crazy here. I'm sorry I wasn't able to walk you through each making of these plays. I even sent some money over into my Weebot this morning to make a trade to get one of my bots topped off a little bit. I'm trying a couple of the other bots so that I can teach on Friday another little lesson. Oh, here we go. Look at us go. Maybe those are gonna fill. So this is TradingView. TradingView, and I can pick which one. It's either Bitmart or MEXC is the options that they have to use. So it looks like we're getting a little action on Bitmart. Or is this my coin market cap? 92.64. We were back under 0.5, so we're a little stagnant at this level. People are not buying as much, and the bots are not able to make as many trades because we're at the top end of this. So be nice to get a little juice and get this over. I would love for this to be 5%, but of course that's the top end. That's the ambitious goal that we all want to be. You know, everybody strives to be like Bitcoin, right? And they're 5% a day. Volume to market cap ratio, 5% a day. Even on their low sides, I see them. They're still 1.5%. Even Litecoin, the silver proof of work mining coin kind of thing. TXC is a fork off of Litecoin. They do 13%. They're pretty crazy volatile right now. It's Bitcoin and Ethereum are the top two though. Those are your shows, and they're 20% because they had a massive sell-off. Their volume is crazy right now. Solana is kind of the king of the utility world. 13%, absolutely crazy volume going on. A lot of volatility off the sell-off, and that's where they all stand. Oh, there we go. Got it over 50. So that's super exciting. Bravo. Let's keep that over. Well, 0.51. But there will be a day in the not too distant future, I have a feeling, that Texacoin will be able to hold a 1% volume market cap ratio for an entire week straight. I see it coming. I see it coming. It's in the cards. It's in the future. And that would be absolutely phenomenal. So, good deal. I'll get you guys on the next video. Hope everybody's making money.